or something walks along the street. Something that is and isn't there.
The suicide-inciting demon. Legend of Walking Sam. The Pine Ranch Reservation in South Dakota, United States, is believed to host a creature thought to be a stick person, a demon by the native people, named Walking Sam. It's as thin as a skeleton and as black as night. This entity is said to be around 7 feet tall, with a lanky build, long arms, and a face devoid of any facial features. It's said to have a black top hat on its head at all times. The oddest aspect of the spirit is how it wears the souls of its victims dangling from its arms. This is the legend of Walking Sam. We are Daily Horror. We bring you the gravest of horrors that lurk around in our world. Most of these horrors are around you, and you don't even pay attention. So, if you're thrilled by terror and consider yourself brave enough to face any dreadful situation, subscribe and turn on your notification to get notified anytime we put up a new video. This wandering wraith is speculated to be everything from a ghost to a demon to some supernatural figure such as a skinwalker or shadow person. But in every case, it's described as being distinctly evil. Sometimes it's seen merely walking aimlessly about. Other times it's been seen walking along roads, even hitchhiking. And in more sinister reports, it's said to kidnap people, carrying them away into the night. Walking Sam is said to live in the woods around the reservation. It's said that its victims can hear its whistling cutting through the dense trees. And shortly after, they'll hear voices in their heads, telling them they're worthless and that they should take their own lives. Cases of attempted mass suicide have been reported within the reservation. Most often, the victims are young adults and teenagers, people who are often impressionable. One reported case claims that within a matter of months, 200 teens attempted suicide. 9 were successful. The community attributed this incident to the creature Walking Sam, particularly the elders, who at times even warned the youth of the being. One possible account of Walking Sam comes from a witness who was driving one evening just outside of Eagle Butte, South Carolina, when he was allegedly confronted by 2 frightening creatures described as being translucent with hideous visages. He would bizarrely describe the entities as glowing light bulbs that one could see through, eyes the size of a human with a really long nose and large mouth, arms like sticks. Another encounter of Walking Sam was of a girl who had locked herself away in her room. She had recently been experiencing a deep depression, even claiming to hear voices in her head. While she sat on her bed looking out her window, the heavy rainfall blotted out the forest. The voices came in whispers that day, as if telling her she wasn't even worth their time. The girl began contemplating her suicide after it was suggested by the voice.
No one
and she listened to the voice tell her how her parents never wanted her. Before the thought could finish, it was cut off. As the girl gazed into the woods, just past a few of the closest trees, she spotted something strange. A dark face quickly darted behind a tree. She said it had no features, but for a pair of burning white spots where its eyes should have been. She continued watching and never saw the entity again. She later told her grandmother what was happening to her, what she had seen. The old woman asked if the shadow was tall. The girl said it was probably 7 feet up the tree. She began to shake with fear as her grandmother described the creature. Thin, black, skeleton-like, a tall hat. Grandma told her the truth. It was Walking Sam. There were myriad reports about the entity known as Walking Sam, but the one that seems the most scary was from someone who claimed that he had an encounter with Walking Sam while driving on a road not far from the Pine Ridge Reservation. He claimed that he'd been driving along at night and that he'd seen a dark, hunched fellow pacing about at the side of the road who seemed to be hitchhiking. When he pulled over, he'd been met with the sight of a very tall, lanky man dressed in a cloak and top hat who did not have a face, who approached the vehicle demanding to be let in, banging on the side of the vehicle. The witness drove off in a panic, and when he later relayed his experiences to the locals, he was told that this was Walking Sam, the tall man. But apart from just legends and mere tall tales, the effect of this menacing entity can be felt throughout the years. There were more suicides in the Pine Ranch Reservation. In 2013, there was a spate of 5. By 2014, it was reported that there were at least 103 official suicide attempts on the reservation over a period of just a few months. Although, some claimed it was more like 240, and 9 of these, between the ages of 12 and 24, actually succeeded. Many of these were carried out by hanging, and eerily it was claimed that there had been nooses found hung out in the wilds near a place called Porcupine, and that when authorities had gone to remove them, they'd found a group of teenagers had congregated there for the purpose of committing mass suicide. Of course, according to them, Walking Sam told them to do it. As lots of people in the area attribute all the tragedy to a mysterious specter intruder, there are hosts of others who see this as just a vestige of folklore intertwining with the rampant poverty and drug abuse seen on the reservation. After all, this is one of the poorest areas of the nation, with more than 60% living below the poverty line, and many turning to drugs or alcohol to try to drown their sorrows. In addition, much of the Badlands this region encompasses is wholly unusable for farming. There is little clean water, and medical care is poor. In light of this, it seems that the suicide rate is bound to jump, as people with no way out find one for themselves. Inasmuch as these facts are enough reason to bring a community to its knees, perhaps the existence of Walking Sam may be a way to explain all of the misfortune of the reservation. What's your opinion of Walking Sam? Is it an actual creature, or just plain folklore and nothing more? Have you or someone close to you had an encounter with this creature? Give us your thoughts in the comments section. We're always eager to read them. Be sure to like and share this video. Also, check out other videos from the channel. We sure have some contents that'll get you spooked and informed. Till we come your way again, stay safe and know that suicide is not a way out of any pain. Seek help. Coming up on the next episode, Daily Horror brings you 7 scariest demonic entities in the world. Be sure to subscribe and turn on your notifications so you won't miss out on the next exciting episode.